Hello, everyone. I'm Chase Lee, reporting for DallasMovieScreens.com, and I got another movie to review for you guys, and that would be Moonlight. Now, I didn't really know anything about this movie going into it. I just knew it was going to be distributed by A24, which, listen, if they wanted to make a nature special on like dung beetles and how they roll up poop for an hour and they produced it, I would totally watch it because it's A24. They're one of my favorite distributing companies out there in the film world. So going into Moonlight, I knew that, but I didn't really know much about the movie. I saw one trailer to it, and that was it. And my God, I was blown away. At the time of this recording, this is my favorite film of the year so far. So let's get real and break down Moonlight. So let's start with the writing and directing. In terms of the way it's written, it is told in 3 separate short films. We follow this character, Chiron, as a kid, teenager, and an adult, and we kind of just see him grow up into this society that's pretty much against him from day one, because this film does something really unique that I've really never seen before, like in the main character or just story-wise in general, is that this character has got 3 disabilities going against him. He lives in a poor neighborhood, he is black, and he is gay. I mean, listen, none of those things bother me, but you know that some people in this society look at one or all 3 of those and go, you're lesser than me type of deal, and it's like, well, that's kind of crappy to kind of judge people on that, but it's true. We live in that kind of hateful society, and so unfortunately, this character has to grow up with the trials and tribulations of growing up the way he is. We kind of see the formation of his character and just well-roundedness. And this is a fictional character. This isn't that I know of. I know it's based on a play, but maybe I should have researched more. But anyways, it feels like a genuine, real character that you would find just like as your next door neighbor. Like, if cameras were following her, whatever, this would be the story that would be a part of it. I love the entire arc of this main character too. He's so innocent and so frightful as a kid. Teenager, he's kind of really quiet and timid, and he's still trying to discover himself and his sexuality and who he is and how he's trying to fit in. And then he hardens and he transforms into this adult that tries to put on this facade of what society thinks of like what a male should be. It's such a well-rounded character, and the arc is so perfect and so magnificent that I felt like I was watching like a documentary or something. It was that well written in terms of the character. The dialogue was so tender and so real and raw. And just the overall story was just so perfect and so concise that I wouldn't change a thing about this movie. It is perfection, ladies and gentlemen. This is cinematic perfection. And when you get into the directing of what Barry Jenkins did, he adapted this this play, and what he brought was this real raw emotional core to this entire story and this character, and you root for him. Like, you want him to be who he is and not conform to what people want to think of him, but be yourself, be you, and just enjoy your life. And just all the stuff going through his life and whatnot. He tries to jump over in hurdles, and you see the pain in his eyes. You see the pain in other people's eyes. You see the frustration. You see all these emotions building up within his character. And this director completely pulls that emotion in you as an audience member as you're watching it on screen and as it unfolds. And so I think the direction in this is just, it's raw, emotional grit that you would want in a type of movie like this, that's kind of set in the rawest reality you can possibly think of. And I think he constructs one of the most emotionally gripping films of the entire year. And I think this movie is very important because, like I just said, when you have a three punch like that, and your main character's in a poor neighborhood, he is black and he is gay. That's something we've never seen on film before. Just a couple weeks ago, we had a movie called The Birth of a Nation come out, where it's showing our disgusting history of slavery and how we treated other people. I mean, come on. Like, we've made so many strides in this industry. And so when you look at that from like a historical perspective, this film is it's setting the bar. And it's showing you that, yeah, this is happening right now. This is the main character. Deal with it type of deal. And I love that. I love the director has no apologies. And he's like, this is reality right here. Get used to it. Okay? And I love that. So the writing and direction, completely perfect. Acting, same deal. There's even a couple of characters that even come on screen for like maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and they're kind of just gone in the next scene. I'm not going to say who or what the situation was, but the director really wanted to kind of add that realism of how people enter and exit out of each other's lives, but still can have a really insightful, impacting kind of presence to them, even though they only know them for a little while. And the acting all around is just fantastic, whether they are on screen for 5 or 10 minutes or you're in the movie for every single frame. Everyone delivers. Everyone is convincing. I bought every single piece of dialogue. I bought everything that their characters did. I bought all the forgiveness and redemption that the characters go through. It's just, they're well-rounded people. They're not even characters. They're just well-rounded people. And they're developed like people. And it didn't feel fake at all. It felt like I was just watching this group of people in this neighborhood kind of just grow up. And I think the acting really kind of puts that in motion. Cinematography is beautiful. It's just a nice, clean film. The shot compositions are really well managed with some of the natural lighting from the outside and some of the more controlled lighting on the inside of the apartments are really kind of abstract and very very stylistic and stuff. It kind of adds like a nice little flair to it. Like there's one shot in the second little short film, which is when he was a teenager. One shot, it's towards the, I don't want to spoil it, but towards the end, it's just like, that is some really good shot composition, some really great lighting to really kind of showcase the emotion within the character. And so, yeah, it's shot very, very well. And plus, since this movie's called Moonlight, you probably can assume that there's a lot of nighttime moonlight shots and scenes and whatnot, and those are lit and shot very beautifully, kind of like a classic romance film, if you will. I kind of got that vibe from there. Editing wise, and I'll talk about music. Editing wise, the movie's only an hour and 50 minutes. This is my only gripe with the movie. I wish it was longer. I wish we had a 3-hour long epic of this character, because I would have totally sat down and watched the entire 3-hour runtime. But for being an hour and 55 minutes, it's even more precise and more lean. All the fat is trimmed off. It is a lean piece of movie that you can play from start to finish, and you can feel like nothing was wasted, and every single time, every single second was it was meant to be there. It was meant for the story. Nothing was out of place. It just all felt right. And going to the music is just very melodic, and it's very like I said, it feels like a very classic film, but it's set in modern times with these different characters and whatnot. Because when you look at the 50s and whatnot, main characters like this did not exist in film. And so I think the music kind of highlights that, showing a different change in main characters and how they are portrayed on screen, while still adding kind of a classical musical flavor to it. So I really enjoyed that. Guys, nothing more needs to be said. This is cinematic perfection. I rarely ever use the N word, but I think this will go down as one of the greatest films of the 20th century. I mean, or 21st century, sorry. I'm a little too wrapped up in the movie because it's so great, guys. There's really nothing more to say. This is what going to the cinema is all about. And like I said, I hate using the N word that often, but I seriously think it's a masterpiece. I think this is one of those films that could be watched in film school and analyzed from top to bottom in terms of directing, writing, acting, cinematography, editing, music, sound design. Everything is perfection. And that's why I'm going to give Moonlight the highest grade I can possibly give it, an A+. It is just that good. And at the time of this recording, it is my number 1 so far. So what did you guys think of Moonlight, or have you even heard of it? Comment in the place where my face and let me know. And that will do it for this review, guys. I'm Chase Lee reporting for DallasMovieScreens.com, and tune in next time for whatever I review next. I will see you guys later.